You want to change the method that you use to log into XPunch. Maybe you've changed your email address, or maybe you've changed from one social provider to another. Hi everyone, I'm Jimmy Bridge, and I'm going to show you today how to change your login method that you use on your XPunch account. Before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. That way you'll be notified in the future of any alerts that come out from XPunch. Today is a bit longer of a video than I would have liked to have been able to do, but it's an important topic. It's not something that can be covered off in a 60-second video. So there are 4 main points that I would like to address with you today. My first point is going to be, do you even need to change your login method? You may think that you do, and maybe you don't. What are the implications of changing a login when you use XPunch? Third, I want to show you actually how to do the login change. And then finally, I want to provide you with some important additional details about doing a login change after that. First, the question is, do you even need to change your login method that you're using? And your XPunch manager or administrator can actually help you out with this question. They have a function called the forgotten login query that they can do. And so go talk to your manager or your administrator if this is a case for you where you're just not sure of which login method you're using. Maybe you forgot your password. Maybe you forgot which social media login you use to log into your group. So how would you do this? First, your manager is going to require the edit member permissions on XPunch for them to be able to help you out with this. And just ask them to send you a forgot login message. And so they can do this by logging into XPunch, going to the configuration section, clicking on members, and then on your name. After that, once they've clicked on your name, they'll click on the overflow menu icon. That's the 3 little dots that you see in the upper right-hand corner. And then from there, they're going to choose the forgot login option. And what this is going to do is it's going to send to you, to your email, the login method that you choose. So it'll tell you whether or not you're using a local XPunch login, whether you're using a Google personal social media login, whether you're using a Microsoft personal social media login, and it'll give you some additional details as well that will help you get back onto XPunch if it's just a question that you forgot how you log in. There's no need to go and create a whole brand new XPunch just because of that. For those that genuinely wish to change your login method, my second point to you is that there are a few important details surrounding this concept of changing logins. You see, people think that when they change their login, that they're just doing it for their group. And actually, changing your login impacts your whole XPunch account and not just your group. So what you need to know is that your login is associated with your XPunch account, not your group. When you're using XPunch and you log into your account, you're then connected to your groups. Your login has nothing to do with your groups. It's all about your XPunch account itself. When you create an XPunch account, you create your login at the same time. It's only afterward that you go and you make connections with your group, or you send out group invitations to other people. Since changing logins, as you're about to find out, implies abandoning your current XPunch account, you will therefore be temporarily disconnected from your account. All right, so how do we go through the process of changing the method that you use to log into XPunch? Again, you're going to want to reach out to a manager or an administrator, and your manager, you want to make sure that they have the edit members permission in order to be able to help you out. Ask your manager to disconnect you from their group, and then immediately after that, they're going to send out an invite to you. Don't worry, you're not going to lose any of your information, any of your data. You won't lose any of your punches as part of this process. So if you're a manager, you might want to share this part of the video with them. Here's how you do it. So you log into XPunch, you go to the configuration section, then the members section, and you select the member, that's you. And using the overflow menu icon, again, that's those three little dots that you see in the upper right-hand corner of the member's card. From that overflow menu, you're going to choose the disconnect option, and you're going to disconnect your member for a short while from your XPunch group. Immediately after disconnecting that member, you're going to click on that member again, and once again using the overflow menu icon, you're going to choose the invite option this time around. And you'll also, after you've invited the member back to your group, you're going to want to check their seats for their subscription and make sure that they have a seat with your group for a subscription so that they can continue using XPunch. You, the member, once you receive your invite code, you can use any login method that you want. It's not because your manager sent your invite code to abc@123.com that you have to use abc@123.com as your XPunch login. There's nothing that says that you have to do that. Remember, XPunch was designed to work with an account, a person using an account, and connecting that to many different groups. So if you want, go ahead and use a local XPunch account. Go ahead and use a social media provider to create a new XPunch account with that invitation code. And finally, the last thing that I want to leave you with are a few additional points. First of all, the social media logins at the time this video was recorded, are for personal social media logins only. At the moment, Google and Microsoft do not use or allow third parties to use corporate level social media logins for their products. It should be coming at some point in the future. If you're an admin and you want to choose the way, you want to change the way you log into XPunch, then what you must do for this process to work is you must seek out another administrator to be able to disconnect you. If you don't have an administrator in your group, since you are the admin of the group, you can create one or more administrators and then have them do this process for you. Some managers, on my next point, you know how you can go into configuration, members, and then click on a member and edit the member, and you know how you have all their details there, like telephone number, email address, and a whole bunch of other information about your member. Some managers are under the mistaken impression that the email field in that card, the member's card, somehow has some control over the member's XPunch account. It doesn't. It's just there for you for information purposes only. It has absolutely no control over your member's XPunch account. You cannot change their email for them or force change an email or anything like that. And just to give an analogy of that, take a look at Facebook's. Facebook has groups that people can visit and join. But the group leader of those Facebook groups cannot go and start modifying Facebook users' login information, that would be crazy. And so it's the same process with XPunch. My next point that I want to bring up is that the XPunch administrator and manager's control is constrained to just their group. You have no power over XPunch account users. You only have control within your group to change data inside your group. You have absolutely no control over an XPunch user's ability to create accounts and stuff like that. What you can do is you can invite people to your group, but you can't control their accounts. And some of you might say, after all of this, you might say, well, you know, this could have been just made easier if there were some tool in XPunch that would just allow you to change my login method from one email to another or from one social provider to another. Why don't you just create a tool that does that? We would if we could, but again, at the recording of this video, that is not a technology that neither Google nor Microsoft allow in the case of third-party developers, at least not yet. If anybody knows of a product out there that can do this, by all means, please contact us and give us the name of that product. We'll reach out to them and find out how it's done. For now, though, if you want to change the way you log into XPunch, you have to go through this long, circuitous route. And finally, if you have any questions or comments, if you are enjoying using XPunch in the comments section on YouTube, type yes. If there's something that you would like to see added, please, in the comments section on YouTube, let us know. If you have any questions about changing login methods, again, in the YouTube comments section, reach out to us and let us know. Thank you.